Hello and welcome to my channel. I'm Lydia with Raindrop Lila, and today we are going to be working on I think 2 projects. Okay, so basically I'm part of a collaboration hosted by Rach and Bella Crafts, and here is some of the info. I will link everything below. There's a giveaway, so go check out Rach and Bella Crafts website. I will be using her printables, so I will be linking those below also. And this is the kit that this is the collection I'm working with. She has, I think, 4 or 5 different kits in this collection, and I will link those below also. And I think there's also a giveaway. Okay, let's get started. So last time I did a little envelope. Well, it's not so little, but I created this envelope and with you guys, and then my next project was to make a an insert, something to go into this envelope. But this was one kit that I used, and now I'm going to be using her new kit. Okay, so I was going to kind of show you guys how this looks. I actually have another one in this journal. This journal was created for, I created this journal using Rach and Bella's printables, and so that's what inspired me to make this. And I have a envelope in here that goes with this journal, and I wanted to show them both to you guys. They're very similar, but it'll give you guys some ideas of how to make this little, it's like a mini journal insert that's going to go into this envelope. Okay, so this is the one I made, and basically I attached an envelope on the outside, and so you open it up and you have a place to keep your ephemera, and then it's like a little notebook envelope so that you can just journal in it. I did a little bit of collaging in this one. Okay, so this is basically the idea of the insert for this journal. If you guys stick to the end, I'm going to show you guys some more ideas of inserts, because that is my that's my prompt for today, is like things to put in your tuck spots, like little mini journals or inserts. So that's kind of what I'm doing. And I make those a lot, and I made a ton of them for this journal. So if you stick to the end, I'm going to go through and show you guys a few of the things that I made. Here's another one. And this one, I tied it up with this thread. And I also wrapped it up with this tulle. Okay? I just thought it would be a nice look. Okay, and so here we have the envelope. Here's the way the journal looks. I was actually going to create this on camera, but then Rachel came out with a new printable. And so the new printable, I decided to make one using the new printable also, so you guys can see that. Okay, so this is one of her printable. You can have some journaling space on the back. And then I just did a little bit of work on this one. Isn't that pretty? I love the flower. Okay. So lots of journaling space in this one. And this opens up like this. Okay. So this is basically the idea of what we're going to make. We're probably going to vary it a little bit. Oh, here's the image on the cover. Isn't that pretty? Okay, so this is the idea, what we're going for. Okay. So I already got started with the papers. I grabbed some of the papers I wanted to work with, and I basically just I want to make sure that they fit into my envelope, because that's kind of the idea. So that if you made this envelope last time you guys watched, you want to make something that fits in here, right? And so what I did was, let's see if I can find a piece of paper. Okay, so here's one of the pages. Okay, so what I did was, you just grab your piece of paper and you want it to fit into the envelope. So I actually learned to do this when I used to be an administrative assistant so many years ago. You want it to fit into your envelope, right? So you want to fold it up to here, right? Or maybe up to here. You want this piece to fit first. So you're going to fold this up. We're going to fold it in 3, right? So we're going to fold it like this and then fold it over again. And when I fold it over the next time, I'm gonna make this a little bit bigger than the bottom one. I hope that makes sense. Just a tad bigger. So that if I want to, I can fold it within itself. See that? Right? So that's the start of my little journal. Okay? Let's go like this. That's how I started this one. Let me show you guys. That's how I started this one, because see how it has this that pops out? So this is that's why it folds up in 3. Right? So that's why I did this one like that. But you can keep it simple and just fold it in half. You can just measure it so that it fits in your journal, and then you can just cut it. We'll do that with this one, okay? So you can cut it or you could tear it. I actually like to tear my pages. Usually I tear them because I like the way, I like that torn edge. Okay, now what I'm doing is, usually I just fold it up and then you can just tear it again or cut it. And so there's your piece, right? Maybe I'll put it in here somewhere. Let's see, where should I put it? I already picked my pages, but we can add another one, okay? Kind of like that there. Maybe I'll do that one here. Okay, and then what we can do is we can decoupage on this because I didn't print on both sides. But you know what? I think it doesn't matter, but I think I want this a little bit shorter. So I'm going to see how I like to see them peeking through a little bit. And I'm not perfect about it, but I think I want this one just a little bit smaller. Okay. So let's see, I'm gonna, I like them to be a little bit like, I want it to peek through on this side, but I don't want this one to be bigger than this one, right? But I don't mind them here. Anyways, okay, so we have the base of a mini journal or a mini insert, and this is a great way to use up scraps. You can make them smaller if you wanted to. Another thing I wanted to use was, I love the idea of the envelope, right? But let's see, first I'm gonna sew it. Okay, so I have my thread here. Wait, no, this one is what I tied up that with. Okay, I have my thread here. Okay. And this is super, super easy. I'm just gonna poke it through the middle. Okay, it's easier to poke it through this side because of the fold. So I usually poke it in here first. You can also use a let's see, a thumbtack if you needed to. But this isn't a very thick journal, so I think it's gonna be completely fine. Okay. And then this side. Okay, so this is a really simple way to make a journal. And now we're gonna just tie it up right here, okay? I'm gonna make a little bow. I feel like I'm losing my voice, so if I sound weird, that's probably why. Okay, so we have the start. Now we can ink the edges if you want. You don't have to do this part, but if you want to, you can. And as I ink my edges, I kind of scrunch it up just a little bit so that it gives it a little bit of character. I'm not like super careful with it because I want the wrinkles in there, right? Okay, now this way. You know what? Usually I do this part right before I sew it in, but I totally forgot because I started filming. But that's okay. Okay, so there we go. I'm gonna set that aside. Okay, so now I have a little envelope that came with this kit that I actually made right before I got started just a few minutes ago, and I'm trying to find it. Here we go. Here it is. Okay, so I have, this is the envelope that came with the original one. It's this side actually. But what I did was I printed a background paper on this, and I actually made a little bit of a mistake there, but we are going to fix it. That's not going to be a big deal. Let's see. I'm just going to use some scrap of paper. I didn't fold it very well, and then I just inked it, and I didn't realize it till later, but that's okay because this is going to add some character. Okay. We can ink it just a bit. Adding layers adds character to like to your work usually, and so if you need to fix something, adding a bit of, you know, book page is actually this is pretty even if you didn't have to fix it, right? Okay. Okay, so there we go. Now what I want to do is, let's see, I want to actually go like this, but you know what? I feel like the colors, they blend in too much, so I want some contrast. And so what I have a piece of craft paper. It could be, you could just use a piece of cardboard, and I ran it through my embosser. And so let's see, I think I want to use that on here. See, I like that a lot actually. But you know what? I probably should have sewed it on here so that it flips, right? That's probably what I should have done. Or I could just glue it on the back. No, I think I want to sew it. I'm going to redo the sewing part. I didn't want to redo it, but that's okay. I'm going to do it. It's all right. Okay, so I don't want to sew through the thread, but this is, so I want each thread to come out underneath this one and one on each side so that when I tie it, it ties it together. Okay, so this is how it is. Let's double check. Sometimes it's easy to get it upside down, so I just wanted to double check really quick. Okay, so this is it. Okay, so I just did a bow. Okay, so this is the journal. I think I'm going to glue the flap down because I'm going to glue it down so that it helps kind of keep it closed. You know what you could do? You could probably, oh shoot, maybe I should do that. You know what? I could add a closure to this, but I already put glue on there. Shall we do it? I didn't do that on the other one, but you can definitely add like some twine or some ribbon, and so that could wrap around and you can tie it closed with this. You know what? We'll go with that. Okay. And now I need my eyelets. I don't think I have them here. Okay, so I put the eyelet in there so that maybe I can use like some of this, this is like some cotton thread, or not thread, yarn. Maybe I can use this to tie it closed. Right, let's see. I don't know how I'm gonna do it yet. I haven't thought this process out yet. I mean, we can technically add another eyelet here and then just tie it closed right here. See that? Like, would I do that? I don't know. I'm gonna glue this down first. Okay, next thing, we're gonna move on because I don't know yet what I'm gonna do with that. But here we can add We can add a bit of texture with this piece. And it kind of helps stabilize it a little bit, and it covers up part of the, let's see, or maybe I should use something bigger. Let's see. I have this. I kind of like this on the cover. Let's see. For some texture. So basically, then we can kind of decorate the cover. What do I want to use on the cover? Let's see. I'm just going to ink the edges a bit. I have this piece here. This is pretty. Okay, I'm going to do that. Okay, I like that. I think that's really pretty. Let's see, what else do we want to do? I want to glue this down here. So I'm going to add some glue here. But it's coming through, so I'm wondering if I should add some more like this as texture. Okay. I'm trying to think if I should add another one here. Maybe I'll just go with it. I'm going to add another. Eyelet like right here. And that's going to, you want to keep in mind that that's going to make my envelope. Oh, I glued it down a little bit. Huh. That's going to make my envelope smaller, right? And it's already small, but that's okay. I think I want to go this way. It's all right. I'm going to put an eyelet in here. And these ones come with these little pieces so that they don't get like too smushed on the back. I think that's what they're for. Oops. I think I need to squish it down just a little bit more. Okay. Okay, so here it is, and now I'm going to put this through here. So this just shows how easily we can take a project and just, when you change like the digitals that you use or the papers, you can give it a completely different look. And then even like by adding the little eyelets, that gives it some more detail too, I think. Okay, and then what I was thinking is to have it wrap around, right? And then it could tie up like this. I think that's cute. I like the way it's looking. Okay, what else? Let's see, I'm gonna open it up again. So technically you can take it and let's fill it up on the inside with some scraps that I have left over. Let's do a little bit of inking. Okay, and then I have, let's see, I printed 2 to a page and I used this in this little mini journal. I'll show you guys a little sneak peek. Isn't that just so cute? So I used some of the papers on that, and so I knew I was going to work with a small size journal, so what I did was I printed 2 background pages or 2 layouts per print, right? So I printed them 5 by 7 to get a smaller size. Okay, and then okay, I'm gonna put that link there. Okay, I'm gonna add some book page at the top because I think that looks so good. If you're not sure what to use when you collage, always go for, well, here's a tip, I suppose. If you use book print to kind of separate the different designs, like if you're going to add more papers that you're going to collage with, add some book print because that makes it look really good. It's just a nice detail to always use a bit of book print. Okay, so we have that page, and then I'm going to add something to this page too. I have this. I like that. Let's see. I think I'll do this one here, and then I still want to add some more book page right about here. I think I'm going to put this one on the, glue that down first. And then I'm going to do this part. Okay. Okay, so there I covered up my white page. Okay, and then I'm thinking, let's see, what should am I done? I think I'm done with this one for now. You can actually come back in and decorate it for sure with different pieces. But I think I'm done with this one. So that's kind of the idea of making an insert. You want it to be smaller than a regular journal, but something that you can pull out and just add more journaling to. At least that's kind of how I like to make them. Okay, so that's kind of the basics. And then I have another one I wanted to show you guys. Okay, so there's that. Super easy. Okay, so the next project I wanted to do was I'm going to make a little, basically, we're going to do the cover of this journal. Okay, so let's see. I basically am going to start with a piece of cardboard. It could be a cereal box. What I did here was I layered this dark fabric, but I only had one piece. So we're not going to layer a dark fabric, but we're going to use this. And we're going to use some fabric for texture though, right? And then I have this piece that I want to go over, but I'm thinking, let's see. What do I want to use? You know what? I think for this one, I'm gonna break into the middle and kind of cut or tear, because the focal point isn't this. The focal point is gonna be the rose, right? So okay, so that's what I'm going to ink it up just a little bit. So for this journal, I used a tab binding technique, which Susie with Shabby Soul has a video on how to make it. I also have a tutorial on how to do it. But this one is kind of like, we're going to kind of do some of this, but make it easier and quicker. Okay, so you can use the tab binding technique, or if you want to do something a little bit easier or faster, you can just use you can just fold it in half and then sew in your signatures, right? Or you can just make an insert like this, right? And then this could be journaling space, and then this can just get, this just tucks in. Oops. Okay, so then this would just tuck in to your journal or into a pocket, because that's kind of the idea, is we're getting ideas of how to make different inserts or pockets, right? Or inserts for pockets. Oh my gosh. Okay, let's see. So, do I want to do the lace? Or should I go over it like this? Maybe I'll do that. I kind of like that idea. But let's see. I still want something, I think, on... Maybe I should do... I want layers kind of hanging out. I want a lot of texture. Okay, maybe we'll do that. We'll just go with that. So Rachel has a sheet with the fussy cut roses and flowers. And so what I did was I fussy cut, I think, almost all of them. And I used most of them so far in this journal. I think I want to add this in there. Okay, so I'm wrinkling it up a little bit so that it creates a little bit of more texture. See how it kind of ruffles up right there? But let's see, what else do I want to add? I'm thinking I have this like threads. Like, what if I use that? I did that for this one. Just to add some more texture. I got bits and pieces of red in there for some reason. Okay, I think I'm just gonna spread it out a little bit. I'm gonna add glue now. And then I'm gonna add this one on top. Okay, now for the inside, we did the fun part first. The inside, we can add some, let's see. I have some coffee dyed paper, so we want to make pages, right? Just so we can have a few pages for writing. Okay, I'm just gonna cut it. I'm gonna tear off the edge. Maybe I'll tear off this edge too. Let's see. Okay, now I'm gonna age the edges. Okay, so now I can sew this in. Okay, so this thread, what I have, is pretty white. It might be okay, but you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to use my ink. Let's see, I need a scrap piece of paper. And I want to give it just a little bit of color so that it's not so stark white. I saw somebody do this, but I can't remember who did this. And I thought it was pretty cool. Oh my gosh. Okay, now, see, it's a little bit better. If I could thread it now would be great. Okay. So this is a super simple way to add an insert to a journal, and it's a little bit different than just a tag. I love using tags too, but sometimes it's nice to make like a little journaling card. But this is actually really cute also to just like have in your craft room, on a tray somewhere. I think it's so cute. I love to know if you guys are going to make one. And it's super easy, and this is perfect because the inside is, you can just journal in it. You can write verses or quotes. You can add more pages if you wanted to. And it will fit in your purse. I should make some for my purse for like taking notes at church. That would be really cute. I love making little mini journals, and so they're just perfect for tucking into a bigger journal. Okay, so this is it. Okay, so here it is. Isn't that just so cute? And then the inside, you can decorate it. You know, you can actually make it into a real journal and just have like photos or images on one side and then journaling on the other. So this is what, it's a variation of this. I'm going to open this up now so you guys can see it. Isn't that so cute? Okay, so I tied this up with this twine. This right here is a tuck spot, and let's see. Isn't that cute? That's like so tiny. Oh my gosh. And that just tucks in here. This is a belly band, and then I got a few pieces. Oops. And then here are the pieces that okay, and this one here, I glued this part right here onto some coffee dyed paper, and then I just folded it up and it just tucks in here. I'm going to bring it up because I think it's easier to see if it's close up. Like all the little details. Okay, so this is like it's a little card, and I tied it on there with this, oops, let's see. Okay, so I tied this on here with that twine or the yarn, and it's just wrapped up around the back, and then I tied a bow at the top. So this could be removed so you can write in it, right? So that's the tab binding. I really enjoyed making this little mini journal. I think it's so cute, and I really love the way it turned out. So that's why I decided to make something similar, but just it's the same idea, but this is just a quicker little make, right? So that shows if you love something and you're inspired by it, you can always go and make more than one or make different versions of it. Like you guys saw these different ones, how different they came out from just using different printables and then just changing a few things. Okay, so I showed you guys these ones. I have a few more inserts that I wanted to show you guys before I move on so that you guys just have some more inspiration. Here's a really simple one. Again, I use some scraps. I use some embossed paper. And then this right here, I used, I want to say, I don't know if it's a coffee filter or if it's Gosh, it might be a tea bag. Oh, it's so hard to remember. Oh my gosh. Okay, so that's a little insert. I was also going to show you guys a few more ideas that I had. Okay, so here's another one that I did. And again, it's a little insert. Did I show you guys this one yet? I can't remember. So this opens up like this. Okay, so this is going to be with a journal. Let's see, what else do I have in here? This one I showed you guys, I think. I did. This one gets tucked in here. Let's see, I have this insert. Again, kind of the same idea, right? It's like a little mini journal. And then that just tucks in here. And this flip out is, oh, I'm off camera. This flip out is it's a book page that I just decorated with some fabric. And then hidden journaling space. This is an insert also, and this just tucks in there. And this can actually be a little tuck spot if you wanted to. Okay, here's a little insert. You can just use a piece of paper, notebook paper as an insert, and just tuck it in. Just something to journal on, right? Something decorative could be an insert. Okay, and now here I have a few more pieces. This is a tag, so that's a great way to just, you can add some journaling on the back, but you can always decorate it and add texture and make it all pretty. Here's another one. This is just some decorative paper and then some coffee dyed paper for journaling. And so these can get tucked in here. So I hope you guys liked all those ideas. I hope you guys enjoyed today's project, and I hope you guys also enjoyed those ideas. Let's see. So we made this one and this one right here. Oops. And this one. If you guys enjoy this video, please hit the like button and subscribe if you'd like to see more. And don't forget to check out all the other collaborators for the 100 days of junk journaling ideas. Rach and Bella Crafts. Go to her website. She has all the information on the website, which includes the links to the videos. If you go to the hashtag 100 days JJI, check that hashtag for more videos. Okay? Thank you so much for watching. I will see you guys next time. Bye-bye.